Hello, welcome to my channel, Another Bibliophile Reads. My name is Greg, and I am here to do a small book haul. Last week, my wife and I went on a small road trip to Winchester, Virginia, just to explore the town for the day, and they had a used bookstore. Blue Plate Books, and they had a rack of old pulpy paperbacks. They also had a store filled with other books as well, but most of this haul is going to be pulpy paperbacks. But let's start with the one true classic, and that is Middlemarch by George Eliot. I am going to be doing a group read in October for Victober, and there are already quite a number of people who've joined for this. If you are interested in a group read of Middlemarch, send me your Voxer name to GEEMONT235, and I will add you to the Voxer group. And now, on to the pulpy paperbacks. One-Eyed Mistress by Earl Stanley Gardner. This is a Perry Mason novel. They did not have the first in the series, so I just sort of picked this one out at random. I've never read Perry Mason before, and it is something that I really need to fix sometime in the future. Should I read the back? The girl who called Perry Mason at the Golden Goose nightclub sounded terrified. "Did you receive the money all right?" she asked. "What money?" "Oh, Mr. Mason, you must have received it. Don't tell me you didn't get it." "Oh, Will you," Perry said impatiently, "kindly quit beating around the bush? How was I supposed to receive any money, and who is doing the talking, please?" "Then you will," the voice said hysterically. "It's coming. Tell Mr. Carlin he's going to have to get another partner. It's a matter of life and death. Don't lose a minute when, oh. Who was the girl who had called, and why, and where was she? When Perry Mason set out to find her, he stumbled upon murder, a heartless racket, and a woman who came closer to smashing him in court than any witness he had ever faced. John D. MacDonald, A Purple Place for Dying, the third in the Travis McGee series. I don't have the second in the Travis McGee series, but I have read the first, and it was a very lighthearted, entertaining mystery set in the 50s in Florida. Another John D. MacDonald book, A Bullet for Cinderella. Her veneer was big city, but one look and you knew that Tony Roselli's instincts were straight out of the old river shack she came from. I watched her as she toyed with the man, laughing, and tumbled her hair like raw blue-black silk, her brown shoulders bare, eyes deep set, a girl with a gypsy look. So this was the girl I had risked my life to find. This was the girl who was going to lead me to buried fortune and stolen loot. This is not a Travis McGee book. Criminale made me do it again. Ed McBain's newest 87th Precinct novel, 10+1. And by newest, we are going to say 1963. It's older than I am, so, but you know, the 87th Precinct are a lot of fun and easy to read, and kind of interchangeable, I think, but good fun. Excuse me. Mickey Spillane, The Snake. This is a Mike Hammer novel. I've read 3 Mike Hammer novels before, and I have quite a few others on my shelf, but I didn't have this one. The Snake is almost certainly Mike Hammer's best case, ending with the damnedest last-second rescue in history. That was the New York Times book review. The Snake, a thriller that has speed, toughness, gore, sex, and Mike Hammer. Private Eye. Spillane fans will love this one. Publishers Weekly. The Snake is Private Eye Mike Hammer in a brand new role. Protector to a baby-faced blonde. The Snake is Mike Hammer at his kiss and slug best. Richard S. Prather. He is known for Shel Scott mysteries. I do not believe this is a Shel Scott mystery. Lie down, killer. Tagline on the front. First time she double-crossed him, it broke his heart. The next time, it was murder. He stared at the two cops in bewilderment. What's this all about? You guys playing a joke or something? The big one twisted his head around. He wasn't grinning, and his voice was thin and vicious. That's what it is, he said. A joke. A big one. A nice big joke on you, killer. But Steve had an alibi. He could feel the moist heart of her lips against his shoulder, her teeth against his skin, and her hand clutching against his back. Ask Margot, he told them. She'll tell you where I was at night. Go ask her. The other cop looked at Steve with a pitying glance. That woman gag is pretty old stuff, Buster. We already asked her. Well, she says, you went home early. I guess he didn't get laid. Carter Brown, the Brazen. Police Lieutenant Al Wheeler has to find out if one man's love is another man's poison. An ice-cold wife, a fiery mistress, and the dead man neither mourns. But Police Lieutenant Al Wheeler is hot on the trail of murder. In this sizzler, the free and easy Californian tangles with a hotshot lawyer, a hot-headed mobster, and a hot-blooded redhead, all dynamite at close range. Now, this book has an advertisement on the back. Normally, I'm not really fond of advertisements, but this one, I think, will capture your attention. Hotter than Peyton Place, more provocative than Lolita. The Caretakers, an explosive novel about doctors, nurses, and patients in a state hospital where emotions explode, where lust leads to rape, hate to murder. This, I saved the best for the end. Jailbait by William Bernard. Teenage hoodlums on the loose. Shocking, but true. Here, at last, is the real story of teenage sin the headlines have never dared reveal, of the 12-year-old call girls entertaining 4 men each night, of sexual misconduct raging like a plague in the schools from Maine to California, of secret orgies between teenage girls and men in their 40s. Why not 50s? Leaving me out. And here is the startling truth about what goes on behind the walls of our reformatories after dark. Now, I thought this was supposed to be a mystery thriller. But lo and behold, I opened the copyright page. It was originally published in 1949, and it has author's note. All cases cited in these pages are authentic, though names, places, and other identifying characteristics are generally disguised. The author wishes to acknowledge the cooperation of various federal and state agencies and to thank the many workers in the child welfare field who have given access to confidential material. I'm not supposed to hand out confidential material. This book is dedicated to Davy W., who made it all the way back. And let me treat you to the first paragraph. Chapter 1, Statistics of Sin. While the cops were pulling her out of the prowl car, kicking and screaming like a hurt animal, 14-year-old Nanette tore her stockings, her only nylons, gossamer badges in her eyes of freedom and adulthood. It didn't matter that her legs were too skinny to fill the things, that they curled and rolled limply around her adolescent thighs, and she worked for them hard. With them to indelicate professional status, to hint of cultivated technique and experience at collecting for some, she could now demand $1 or even $2. In fact, she had been busily embarked on her first venture, and the new rights when members of the Vice Squad had so rudely broken into her hotel room. Jail bait. I am going to make a bet here. I'm going to bet that this book is entirely fictional, despite what the author's note says. And I give this a good 50-60% chance of it being a DNF when I start to try to read it. Who knows? Maybe I will be able to finish. Jailbait. Teenage hoodlums on the loose in 1949. Thank you for watching. Keep on reading.